Hi, Gemini Cancer Cusp Collective. Welcome back, or welcome, to your cosmic energy reading. This is a timeless look into how you're being supported by cosmic energy. Okay, this will just be whatever planets, houses, transits, aspects, zodiac signs, or elemental energies are influencing you, guiding you, or supporting you in the now moment. All right, we are going to get into these messages, Gemini Cancer, and I hope that this reading finds you well. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to these weekly readings, now moving into a more daily reading schedule. I hope that you guys are enjoying that. As always, let me know where you can cast your vote for something else on my community tab. Okay, but Gemini Cancer, I hope you're doing well. All right, I'm gonna sound my sound bowl. This will be a time for you guys to get grounded, offer up whatever gratitude feels right and best for you, so that you are grounded and centered for these messages. Once the sound dissipates, we'll see what you guys got going on. All right, here we go. Almighty Creator, my divine and ascended ancestors, all holy angels, I thank you so much for being here with me and with the Gemini Cancer Cusp Collective of Energy here on YouTube. Please show me what cosmic energies are supporting Gemini Cancer in the now moment. Well, you know what? Hold on one second, Gemini Cancer. I forgot to get your incense going. Oh, well, that one's empty. Okay, hold on one second. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, Gemini Cancer. Oh, okay, this now wants to give me an issue. Here we go. All right. Okay. Cosmic energy for Gemini Cancer. What's going on here? Divine for Gemini Cancer. Whoa. All right. Mercury retrograde and Neptune in sacrifice. Okay. We are dealing with Mercury retrograde, right? Through to the end of this week. What I'm getting is that maybe over this past 3-week period here, Gemini Cancer, you felt as if, sorry for shaking the camera like that, you might have felt like it's almost like I get this energy that you feel as if you've sacrificed a lot. Okay, maybe you've been very reflective on a lot of the things that you feel like you've given up for the sake of other people, for the sake of the greater good, or to support yourself in specific ways. It's like, okay, I have to make this sacrifice in order to get to where I want to go type of energy coming off of Neptune, okay? And I feel like the challenge in the thinking here with Mercury retrograde, reinventing, it's almost like looking at it from a different point of view, right? When we get Neptunian energy, it is all about distortions and illusions. Like, think of being under the water and how things under the water seem a lot further than they actually are. They seem maybe a lot larger than they actually are. So I feel as if this Mercury retrograde is bringing into scope the certain things or the certain perspectives that you've maybe had here, Gemini Cancer, around I do get some difficult times and difficult decisions you've had to make. It's like thinking about it in a different way. Hi, Armand. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Travi. Yeah, the 21st. Welcome, my Gemini Cancer cusp baby. All right. Hope this reading will resonate for you, love. Thanks for being here. But tell me more. Let's get into this, and then I'll read out the numbers, okay? One more. Cosmic energy. Thank you. Yeah. Uranus. And when I get these energies, especially Mercury retrograde, Neptune, and Uranus, it's always this vibe of a method to the madness, right? It's always this energy of like, in the moment, it might have felt chaotic. In the moment, it maybe felt like you were sacrificing a lot, right? And maybe you did, right? Maybe there is some validity to that. But in hindsight, this gives me like hindsight is 2020, Gemini Cancer. In hindsight, it was actually a stroke of genius that you made the decisions that you did, or that certain situations happened the way that it did, because I feel like you've gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, a lot of deeper understanding about yourself here, Gemini Cancer, about the world around you, the people closest to you or connected to you, that you would not have gotten had you not had to be in that position to sacrifice something, or to take the higher road, or to I just sort of like grind and hustle in a specific way. Okay, so I get Mercury retrograde might be working with you to reinvent your perspective, and as opposed to looking at it as, oh, I've sacrificed so much, and gently put almost from like a woe is me point of view, I feel like the divine is trying to get you to see that there was a level of genius that you've displayed, or that you've been able to tap into, that you now have access to had you not gone through whatever this was, okay? Whatever the distortions, the illusions, the hard moments, okay? It just feels like you're getting the right scope on what all of that energy was and how it helped you, okay? So for my number people, we have 51 with Mercury retrograde, and the reinvention energy breaks down to a 6. So again, this Mercury retrograde is to come in and bring you a sense of harmony and balance, right? We also have, I believe, yeah, the retrograde is also connected to Libra energy. So there's that second energy of balance, or second support of balance. Neptune, it breaks down, it's a 10 breaking down into a 1, and then you have Uranus in 9. But look at this, you go 9 to 10 here, okay? Oh, good. I'm glad I got your name right. Yay. Okay. Sometimes I'd be nervous about that, but I love when you guys tell me like, oh, you got it right, or no, this is how you say it. Thanks for letting me know, love. But yeah, bottom of the deck, you have 6th house. Okay. Virgo energy, routine. I do get, and we've been getting that quite a bit here, right? That these routine patterns of thought, patterns of action, patterns and emotions, right, is coming up to the surface, coming up during all this retrograde energy, so that you come out of this retrograde season. And then again, we have eclipse season coming up, so guys, like, really buckle down. It's gonna be a little more chaotic before it gets less chaotic, okay, towards the beginning of next year. But it just really feels like this has been a huge reflection period for you, okay? And understanding that, Gemini Cancer, how your mind works, how you perceive things, there's a level of genius to it that I really feel like you guys could dive deeper into, or gain a deeper awareness around, or maybe that's the whole goal of all of this energy for you. It's like you're not seeing how brilliant you are to some way, shape, or form, or how, like, yeah, I just get the word brilliant. I don't think you see how brilliant you are, Gemini Cancer, and I feel like this is an opportunity for you to really step into that agency of the genius, right? Of being unconventional, of doing things that that might be a little abnormal for other people, but it works for you. It's like embracing those moments, okay? Because that 6th house in routine would say that there's something in your day-to-day practice, and I honestly feel like it's in the thoughts. Like, this might be a situation or an energy that comes from up for you daily. Let me slow down so that I can get my words out. My brain is moving a little faster than my mouth right now. Okay. I get it's like a routine thought. There's some situation in your life where it comes to mind and you're like, damn, that was a big sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like, gosh, I really wish I didn't have to give up on this just to maintain or support this, or to attain that, or to go after this, or, you know, I feel like there are certain situations that have happened in your life that way. All right. that the divine is really trying to get you to see that this is all working for your greater good, especially when Uranus comes out. Yeah, it might look unconventional. Yeah, maybe you didn't take the path that a lot of people took, right? Um, Maybe life situations put you on a path or on an accelerated path towards something where your peers maybe took a slower pace, right? Or went another route. It's something like that, right? Where the root of the energy is you feel like you sacrificed a lot, but what you don't see is that it's actually building a deeper connection with this genius energy that you do have. It's some you weren't meant to be conventional. Let me just say it like that, okay? I feel like this collective I'm tapped into, your life wasn't meant to be conventional. You weren't meant to hit the milestones that we're socially taught are acceptable. Okay? You might have hit them early. You might hit them a little later. It's your path. It's unique to you. Okay? So that Uranus energy is coming through to say, embrace your uniqueness. Okay? And build the routines, build the life path, or build the daily structure that supports where you are in a positive way, though. And I'm not saying toxic positivity where you're ignoring your lower energies or your lower feelings, but in a way that it's like pat yourself on the back a little bit. It's like, I almost want to say, Gemini Cancer, like it's okay to pop your shit. Like it's okay to say I'm different or I'm doing this differently and feel good about that. Just because it doesn't look like everybody else, you know what I mean? I think for some of y'all that just might be a tiny bit of a sore spot that's being addressed with this Mercury retrograde. Okay, all right, let's get a little deeper here with the tarot. Thank you so much, Divine. Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus energies for Gemini Cancer. What do they need to know about this Mercury retrograde and how Neptune and Uranus are supporting them through it? Thank you so much, Divine. All right, what's this Mercury retrograde energy all about for Gemini Cancer? Clarify Mercury retrograde. Yeah. Queen of Cups. Learning how to be gentle with yourself. Ooh, learning how to give yourself grace. Ooh, Gemini Cancer. Yeah. Reinventing how you talk to yourself. That's a big one, okay? Reinventing how you talk to yourself, I think, is huge. Hold on, let me scoot these over just a wee bit so you guys can see them all. Okay. Yeah, the Queen of Cups would say there's a need to take care of yourself. There is a need to be tender with yourself, okay? To really cultivate this language of self-love. I think a lot of the times when we hear self-love, we think about external things, like, and all things that are fine, well, and dandy, like working out or taking baths or pampering yourself or, you know, getting moments of solitude, which are all great. But self-love is also how you talk to yourself, right? How you allow your inner voice to guide you and direct you and support you. Okay, tell me more about this Queen of Cups, because it feels like, come on now, yeah, Nine of Cups. Reinventing how you tend to your joy and your happiness. Refocusing. Ooh, maybe that's it. Refocusing on your joy and your happiness. Okay. Yeah, you got Temperance. Beautiful energy here. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Temperance being Sagittarian, ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is having a huge effect on our collective consciousness and our collective energy here on Earth, right? It's super close to the Earth right now. So I think that's what's expanding, right? How Gemini Cancer tends to their own sense of joy, their own sense of happiness, their own sense of fulfillment, and learning how to find balance in that. Temperance. Learning how to turn it's not even about turning the negatives into positives, because I know that's a common term. It's not really about that. It's like learning how to acknowledge the negatives, but nurture the positives. Right? We don't want to ignore the parts of ourselves that might be in low vibe or might be upset and might be angry, right? We want to express that. But what you want to actually nurture are the things that really make you feel good, okay? And it's positive emotions and positive thoughts here. It's beautiful, okay? All right. So, Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll dive a little deeper, okay, on this read, because sometimes the energy is like straight to the point, right? Where I could just do my 3, 3, and 3, but it feels like this one, you guys might need a little bit more. So tell me more about this Mercury retrograde. Okay. We've got the Knight of Cups, all water energy for the most part, right? Even Temperance has the energy of water beneath it, even though it's fire energy, okay? But the Knight of Cups and the Emperor. Okay, so this Mercury retrograde is all about Gemini Cancer using their agency, using their sovereignty, right? To refocus their mind around true and authentic self-care, okay? Like I said, it is not always about the bubble baths and the mask, and those are all wonderful and beautiful things, right? To take care of yourself is to love yourself. But it's that talk, it's that voice in your mind, Gemini Cancer, okay, that you want to transmute, right? Temperance energy into offering you the cups that are filled with the positive emotions, the affirmative emotions, the supportive emotions, and also pour out the less favorable ones, right? So that Emperor energy is saying you're taking control here, and I love to see that. This Mercury retrograde is putting you in a powerful position to really shift your reality in a major, major way. You will be so surprised, Gemini Cancer, at how much just a shift in tone on your inner voice that you can make will make a difference in your life, okay? Recognizing like, ooh, inner voice, you're being a little too harsh, right? Like it's a little too scratchy. Let's soften up. And nurturing that and cultivating that. It's like you have the power to do it. You're being put in the power seat to do it, okay? It's really going to give you this sense of balance, right? Like we've talked about earlier, right? Because the mark of a true emperor is their ability to how could I say this? Because this is all my opinion, okay? You don't have to share my opinions on this, but I feel like it's the same energy of like the strength card. It's strength through being vulnerable. A lot of people will look at the Emperor and go, oh, they're so powerful. That's how they got so strong. No, the power that the Emperor holds is through their ability to connect with other people, right? Same thing with the Empress. It's their ability to abide by the inner Empress that they have, right? The true mark of the Emperor is their ability to have compassion for the people that they're leading, whether it be themselves, whether it's a village, a kingdom, take it how it resonates, right? So I feel like that's what's been missing, this sense of compassion, and mainly for yourself. I feel like Gemini Cancer, you guys have a beautiful ability, especially with the Knight of Cups, to give compassion to others. I think what Temperance is trying to tell you is, okay, but do that same magic, right? You're the cusp of magic here. Do that same magic for yourself. You guys have a positive effect or positive influence on the people around you, right? I really do feel like the people closest to you get a lot of benefit from your magic energy. But it's like, it's okay to use it for yourself. You don't have to sacrifice that beautiful part of you for other people all the time. Okay? Balance. All right, let's look into Neptune. Thank you so much, Divine. Tell me more about this Neptune energy for Gemini Cancer. You've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay? Lessons learned. Lessons learned. The art of giving and receiving, right? I get some of you guys might take care of people. Maybe you have children, or maybe you take care of certain family members here. You got the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands for this sacrifice energy. I think that what you're coming into is this age of knowing when enough is enough. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Four of Swords. Knowing when enough is enough. Knowing when it's time to, again, rest and take care of you. That's a very, very loud message in this reading for you, Gemini Cancer, and I hope you receive it. Because the Four of Swords would be worrying about your, maybe that's that sixth house, your routine, your day-to-day task, and I have to cross this off my to-do list and get this done, right? I think you've been in that energy for a while now. And as these retrogrades start to wane off and as we move into eclipse season, I think there's going to be a huge shift, again, in your perception, Neptune energy. And understanding that it's okay to say no, first and foremost here, Gemini Cancer. It's okay to have a reserve of energy for yourself, right? Like, let's say you have a full cup, okay? Full cup. Maybe up to here is what you're reserving for yourself. So as you empty that cup, you get to this point, you're actually at 0. Because the rest has to be for you. That's all this beautiful energy over here. The rest has to be for you. Because in order to really serve from that full cup, right? In order to really uphold your duties or your responsibilities or give in the way that you love to give, you got to take care of you. You have to have some left for you. So it's okay to kind of say, okay, I'm at my limit. I have no more. Maybe check me in, check with me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like there has to be some sort of barrier around you. And it doesn't always have to be forever. I just think right now it's important to hold good boundaries, Gemini Cancer, especially when it comes to your energy, especially when it comes to your emotional body. Okay? Tell me more about this 7 of Wands for sacrifice. 3 of Wands, right. Now, I feel like we're tapping back into that energy of, as opposed to looking at all that you've had to sacrifice, all that you felt you had to give, or maybe you did have to give, right? As a means to, or how could I say that? Okay, let me backtrack. It feels almost as if the perspective or the sacrifices you felt you had to make or that you did make here might have been a point or a source of heartbreak for you in some ways. Because maybe you feel like you missed out. Yeah, that's the 3 of Wands. Maybe you feel like you missed out on certain things, or you didn't get a chance to experience the same things the same ways that your peers did or other people, right? And maybe that made you, or has made you, a little bit defensive, okay? Almost like wearing the sacrifices you've had to make as a chip on your shoulder a little bit. And it's okay. It's normal, natural. We all do it. Okay. So again, don't judge yourself. It's a coping mechanism, but I feel like that's what this Mercury retrograde specifically over the past 3 weeks has been trying to get you out of. All right. Tell me last message here for Neptune. From Neptune to Gemini Cancer. Oh, that's too many. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh, but the wisdom. Oh, but the wisdom and the truth that you've been able to gain, the discernment you've been able to gain, your ability to make decisions. I just heard like executive brain function, right? So the executive functions in your mind really don't develop until your early to mid 20s, okay? So regardless of how old you are, it just feels like maybe in that time frame from like your late teens to your early 20s to mid 20s, you've had to make a lot of sacrifices. Maybe life came at you fast, or maybe there were just certain circumstances and situations that caused you to mature quicker or have to take on certain responsibilities, maybe even financially, before you really felt like you were ready. So yeah, you made those sacrifices, but you're standing as the King of Swords. Okay? Which is the King of Swords and the Emperor. Meaning, I really want to drive this home for you, Gemini Cancer, because I'm feeling the power behind it, and I hope you guys can feel it too. Because it really is so much like a hindsight is 2020. Going through this sacrifices, yeah. I get it toughened you up. You had to go through some battles. You had to defend yourself or defend your choices or defend the actions you took to balance your situation out or to do what you felt you needed to do. But it's like, it's okay to put down those defenses now, right? Ace of Swords. It's okay to put down those defenses now. It's okay to think differently now. That thought pattern, that ideology, or again, maybe you had to wear that chip on your shoulder for a while because it got you through the wars. But it just feels like the war is over here. Now, in the sense of, again, keeping that barrier around yourself to not completely deplete yourself, make sure you keep that bubble. But all of the other defenses or any chip you feel like you have on your shoulder for what you've had to go through, the decisions you've had to make, I mean, Saturn rules the King of Swords, and Saturn is a planet of truth. You are the truth here, Gemini Cancer. It just feels like and I hate to use that term because it's not a term I like to use a lot, but it almost feels like it bossed you up a little bit. A lot of it with the Emperor and the King of Swords. So situations that maybe your peers are facing now, you already faced years ago. And you know how to navigate it. You know how to handle it because you've been there. But yeah, you might have sacrificed parts of your youth, or you know what I'm saying. I just think that, again, your life wasn't meant to be conventional, Gemini Cancer, and the more you make peace with that, the stronger you'll stand in this King of Swords, Ace of Swords energy, right? The more you'll trust your own mind, your clarity that the divine gives you, the ideas the divine gives you, the communication, right, that comes from the divine straight to you, the more you're trusted. Tell me more about this Ace of Swords. Hi, Galaxy 20. Thanks for being here, love. Oh, no worries. No worries. Absolutely. You can. I think you can rewind it now if you are tuning in here, okay? You got the Tower. You guys always feel free to go start it from the beginning. No worries. No, no harm in that, all right? But with the Ace of Swords and the Tower, yeah, I think that... Yeah, I really do feel like, Gemini Cancer, you were looking at your situation, looking at the choices that you've made, looking at your life path up to this point as from a space of lack, okay? From a space of lack. Like, oh, again, it gives me FOMO. Like, I missed out on so much, and I didn't get to do this, and I didn't get to do that. There's still time here. And I think that's the Tower moment you needed. Ace of Swords and Tower, it's like this clarity comes in and it shifts your whole perspective. That tower you were standing in where you were keeping that chip on your shoulder, right? Being a little defensive, also not necessarily taking care of yourself the way that you really want to or feel you can or you should. It's like all of that's about to switch and you about to get in a deep routine here of not only being the Queen of Cups, focusing here on your own happiness, right? Finding a lot of strength and a lot of power, right? Leading with that energy. But it's this level of trust that's coming in for you. Trust in yourself that I think is just going to be so powerful for you. Come on now, y'all. The Magician. The Magician has all the aces in the deck. That's how they're able to create that new reality. That's how they're able to manifest, because the divine has gifted them all of the aces. Here was your last ace. You needed the Ace of Swords. You needed to see things clearly before you could step into this new reality or this new beginning. And then boom, the Tower. As soon as you get the clarity, the old crumbles. Maybe this is the old you, Gemini Cancer. It fades. It falls. And now you get this opportunity to rebuild yourself, whether this is your identity. Again, take it how it resonates, but it's a rebuilding period for you that you're walking into, okay? And I really feel like these eclipses coming up are going to super support you in that, okay? So I'll be excited to see your readings when we are doing these cosmic check-ins during that time. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot to celebrate. Three of Cups. A lot to celebrate. And I feel like for some of y'all, you were hyper aware that there was this chip on your shoulder, grudge, this sense of being maybe, again, a little harsh on yourself, okay, for the decisions you've had to make. And I think you knew you needed to pull away from that, right? I think for some of y'all had the awareness that that needed to happen, but the how and the when might have been a little foggy. So hopefully this gave you some clarity, okay? Or it just confirmed what you kind of were already feeling for yourself. Tell me more about the Magician, Three of Cups, Ace of Swords, and the Tower. What else does Uranus want to say to Gemini Cancer? Page of Pentacles. It's time to rebuild. Can't make this up, y'all. It's time to rebuild yourself. It's time to apply new habits. right? Focusing your attention, your time, your money, your resources differently. You've learned here, Gemini Cancer. And this new routine you're about to build, you're about to be in a whole nother form, a whole nother realm. And I feel like for those of you where you maybe don't feel like you're in full control of your actions or yourself or your own energy in the now moment, it's coming. It's absolutely coming. For some of you, this is the new chapter, you stepping into this emperor energy. Now, mind you, regardless of your gender, we all have to mature through the emperor, the empress, the high priestess, the hierophant, all the masculine and feminine forms, okay, that you'll see in these decks. So keep that in mind, because both energies are needed in order to be balanced and whole, okay? Bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Take your time. Because again, I get this energy of things maybe had to be rushed in the past due to certain circumstances. Take your time to build this new chapter. Take your time to build this new you. There's no clock. Nobody's pressuring you. I feel like in this now moment, okay, you take your time with it. You go at the pace that feels right and best for you, but do so with diligence. Page of Pentacles. Be really, really solid and intentional about these new habits, this new path that's going to be shown to you post this Tower moment and this clarity. The Ace of Swords and the Tower is a beautiful energy. It's almost like a mini awakening, okay? Let's quickly look behind the Knight of Pentacles to see. Old routine is killing your spirit. Yeah, I could feel that, Galaxy. I could feel that. That's powerful. The way you even worded that. Okay, but look at that. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Ooh, okay. Like I said, some of y'all, maybe you had to start families early, okay? Maybe that's this energy. You had to be in something committed or build some sort of sturdy foundation for you and your family at a very early age. Maybe you felt like you missed out. Okay, others of you, you're stepping into this. Okay? So there might be a union, a connection, a relationship that might come online here for you if it hasn't already. If it is, I do feel and see you both growing a stronger bond or falling into a deeper commitment with one another and really getting to that generational wealth energy, right? Really starting to set yourself up and the generations to come after you, especially with the Page of Pentacles. So if you feel like you're in that Page of Pentacles energy now, trust and believe you do have that Ten of Pentacles headed your way, or that's what's backing you right now. Take it as it resonates. Yeah, you also have the World, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hangman. And Justice in reverse. High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, I get that's the energy you weren't seeing. For some of you, this might... How could I say this? I do feel like there's a significant relationship or connection that might be a part of this energy for you. Maybe you feel like you had to sacrifice a lot for this person or this partner, okay? Or maybe you feel like both of you had to make a lot of sacrifices. But the Hangman with the Three of Pentacles and the World would say that again, I think it's in the thoughts with the Ace of Swords. The thought that those sacrifices that were made are stopping you or prevented you from experiencing something, it's what's actually keeping your vibration kind of down. So the Hangman would say, see it from a different point of view, change your perspective. Those sacrifices were needed for you guys to work together or to build whatever this is. Or maybe that's the heads up. You're gonna have to make sacrifices in order to make some sort of union, relationship, connection, or family dynamic work. All right? But again, I get with the Justice and the High Priestess in the reverse that something about it in the past felt unfair. Or the fact that something wasn't in balance, or maybe you felt like you made more sacrifices than the other person or other people around you, again, kind of blocked your sight here with the High Priestess. It kind of disconnected you from your higher self or from seeing it from a higher point of view. But that's what's coming in, okay? And then you got the Two of Cups, yeah, with the Six of Swords. So Know that this is yet a phase. It's just a phase. All right. You guys are going to be stepping into some really beautiful and powerful energy. Take your time as always. Okay. Go at your own pace. Do what feels right and best for you. But I hope that this offered you a little bit more clarity and confirmation, okay? Let's just see what the highest energetic outcome of this energy might be and what you specifically, Gemini Cancer, will need to focus on when it comes to this energy or this situation, all right? Tell me more, Divine. Highest energetic outcome for my Gemini Cancers that connect with this energy. Yeah, fulfillment. It's headed your way. It's destined to happen for you. Trust and believe that. Okay, this feeling of as chaotic and as crazy, as unconventional or non-traditional as my path has been, I think you're going to start seeing fruit come out, or start having this feeling of, wow, all of my hard work, all of the sacrifices, all of the decisions, I'm now starting to see the fruits of my labor. That's really going to give you a sweetness. I just heard that so loud from the divine. It's a sweetness. It's going to taste sweet. It's going to feel sweet. It's going to be like a big weight lifted off of your shoulders here, okay? That all of that energy, all of that sacrifice did not happen in vain. And I feel like that's just what you guys are looking for confirmation on. Like, is all that I've done and all that I need to do, will that lead me to where I really truly want to go? And I think fulfillment says yes, okay? What else might be the highest energetic outcome here? Like I said, diligence. Be diligent in your practices. Be diligent in your decisions right now, especially if there's a change of mind that has to happen here, or a mindset shift. Little efforts go a long way is what the Page of Pentacles would say. Small efforts every day build into bigger energies, bigger supports for you in this shift, okay? Now, mind you, and don't quote me on this because I might be wrong, but I feel like Neptune and Uranus are also in retrograde. So to have the Mercury retrograde card, Neptune and Uranus, it's like this is what those three energies are supporting you in right now. Because the Tower is Uranus in and of itself. So the fact that Uranus clarified itself, it's like, yeah, no, I'm behind this shift. I'm here. It's meant to be different. It's meant to not be of the norm. Go with it, flow with it, okay? But use your time wisely here, Gemini Cancer. That's also something I get with that Page of Pentacles. Be mindful of your time. Be diligent in the efforts that you take. If you also, I get this vibe of like, stick to your words, Gemini Cancer. If you say you're going to start a new habit, start it. Easier said than done, 100%, but really try to push yourself to be diligent around the things that you say you're going to do, and to really put effort and energy behind it, all right? Because this is the perfect time to start all of that, because I think you'll see it really settle in once all of this retrograde and eclipse season energy settles out, all right? You also have simplicity. Keep it simple. That's also that Page of Pentacles. It's small but simple. Simple things, simple tasks, simple acts here. Whether it be towards your self-care, your self-love, okay? Whether it be within your home or within your finances here. Even the small act of just speaking your truth for some of y'all. Speaking what you want to manifest. The Magician and the Ace of Swords. It's the using the voice. I want to experience that. I want to have that one day. I want to live like that one day. Or I want to go to this country one day. Or I want to experience this one day. There's no harm in saying that. Right? Speak it into existence. And also on the opposite side, don't say anything you don't want to manifest. Okay, so really being diligent with your tongue and your thoughts, your communication and your mind. Now, what does Gemini Cancer need to focus on specifically when it comes to this energy, or how to get to this fulfillment? Come on now, can't make it up. Focus on your truth. Speaking the truth, saying the truth, acknowledging truth. Okay? Focus on the truth of the matter. I get that energy too, for those of you that might be stuck in that, the weight of the sacrifices that you've had to make. think that's what the Hangman is also trying to help you guys see. It's like, again, like I was saying, don't let your emotions distort the truth. That could be also it, right? Yeah, it felt maybe very heavy. It was maybe very uncomfortable. You felt like you had to be on the defense a lot, whatever this situation is. But the truth of it is Six of Pentacles. You were learning the art of giving and receiving. The truth of the matter is there's a lot of beautiful things headed your way. The truth of the matter is it grew you in this sense of diligence, right? So it's like, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like, oh, and look at love. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like, hold on to the actual truth and the good of the truth. Acknowledge, yeah, the difficult parts and the raw emotions around it, but nurture the truth. Nurture the things that support you feeling good about the decisions you made, or the choices that you had to make, or the sacrifices that you made, right? It's a small and simple but mighty shift in the mind. And you guys, I know y'all can do this, okay? You also got love. So like I said, I think for some of you, maybe you had to build, or you felt like you had to build your family early, or something around love and relationships led to a lot of responsibilities quite quick and quite soon. Okay? Some of you, love is what you want to manifest with the Magician and the Ace of Swords. The truth is that you do want love. Okay? And that's what we kind of saw. Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. So the truth is that love is in the cards for you. It might not happen in the timing that you want it, Gemini, Cancer, and I know that that's unfun to hear, right? Can be triggering, but trust me and believe, you would want a situation, you would want a connection that was built on a solid foundation, as opposed to something that was quickly thrown together. The things that are quickly thrown together are the things, or the foundations, that are susceptible to this Tower energy. They crumble quick too. I don't think you want that Ten of Pentacles to crumble. So again, if this is you trying to focus on attracting love or finding love or whatever this might be, even if this is love for yourself, slow and steady wins the race. And I know that that's cliche, but it applies here, okay? Last thing that Gemini Cancer needs to focus on when it comes to this energy, taking risks. Taking risks. I really do feel like it's not a time for you to play safe here, Gemini Cancer. With the Magician, that's what I mean. I think some of you are even trying, like, not speaking what you want, or not saying what it is that you need, or stepping into that Magician energy because it feels too risky. But this is the time to really be bold with what you say, okay? I really feel like that taking a risk and being diligent at the same time, it's like calculated risks are important. Some of you, this is like a huge life pivot for you. Okay? So whatever this is, let me know in the comments, okay? If you're comfortable, only if you're comfortable. Because this feels like, Gemini Cancer, give it another couple of months, you're not going to be the same person, but in a very beautiful way. So again, keep your mind focused on the truth. Keep your mind focused on the love that you have for yourself, the love that you have for the people around you, or the love that surrounds you. And step outside of your comfort zone a little bit. Take a risk to do small actions every day, right? Take a risk to break out of whatever this pattern, or to do what you feel is necessary to get that chip off of your shoulder. Okay? Because the overall is beautiful. Fulfillment, diligence, and simplicity. It's a lot simpler than I think either your mind or emotions are making it. And that's okay, because we find ourselves in that energy often, okay? I just feel like, Gemini Cancer, you're steeped in it right now, but that once you get out of it, it's going to be a whole nother story for you, in again, a very, very beautiful way. All right, Gemini Cancer, This was an absolutely amazing reading. I hope you guys found it helpful and insightful, maybe filled with a little confirmation around what you got going on or what's to come here for you. I thank you to everybody who tuned in here live. Make sure you guys let me know what you connected with or resonated with in the comment section below. I love, love, love to hear that from you all. It really does help me as a reader. And make sure you guys also hit that like button if you enjoyed the messages, if you felt like it connected with your story. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, make sure you do. It helps me pick up on your guys' energies for these daily public live readings that I do, all right? And make sure you have that bell notification turned on to all so that you don't miss out on a live. I also do exclusive content for channel members only. So if you're interested in any of that, you can click the first link in my description box, or if you see that join button next to subscribe, click that. It'll take you to my member sign up page. Join where you feel comfortable. I'd love to have you guys on the membership side of my channel. But if not, Gemini Cancer, again, I hope that this reading served you well. Thank you to everybody again who tuned in. 718 B-Day. Hey, Gemini Cancer baby. Thank you, Perry, for tuning in. Thank you, Galaxy. Thank you, Armon. I appreciate you guys so, so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Namaste.